Presenting a never writer by the numbers. This is the title page for the first quarto of the famous history of Troilus and Cressida, published in 1609. In it, unlike all the other plays in the Shakespeare canon, there is a dedication, an epistle to the reader. The only time this appears again is in the first folio. But here's the question. What does the writer mean by a never writer? Let's take a closer look. What is a never writer? Is this a hint that the writer has negated himself? If so, why does the title page have "Written by William Shakespeare" on it? If he is a never, in other words, non-existent writer, what does that say about the name? I believe that means the name is for a non-existent writer. The name is fake. A never writer. Never has been. So how does that change the meaning of ever? Along with other Oxfordians, I believe ever is a pun on e ver, the author's real name. For skeptics, there are two de veres in the line, in never and ever. The word never has another meaning in this context. It means the author is deceased. The hidden meaning in the line is a deceased, disguised writer to an e ver reader. The word news is a hint that readers can find puzzles on this page. A quick gematria sum gives us 22, which could be the name of the secret fraternity which became the Rosicrucians. In this sum, we add the uppercase letter values to the number of words. Another gematria sum gives us 43. We add the uppercase letter values to the number of lowercase letters. As we have seen many times, 43 is equal to VV in the Latin alphabet repeating count. Another sum gives us 20. We just count the letters in line 1. Or we can count the lowercase letters and add to it the gematria value of the letter A. Another gematria sum gives us 17. We add the gematria value of the uppercase N to the number of lowercase letters in news. This gematria sum is perhaps the easiest of all to spot. You just add the stuff between the periods. These numbers are ubiquitous in the authorship game. 17, 20, 22, and 43. As usual, these are hidden in plain sight. In a final clue, the gematria value of the first letter in line 2, the R, is 17. We add the number of the remaining letters and the gematria value of the uppercase N to that value to get 40, and another 1740 illusion. But that's not all by a long shot. The gematria sum of all italic uppercase letters in the body of the first page is 148. We subtract the value of the decorative letter E to give us 143. 143 subtract the value of V is 123. 123 subtract the number of lowercase Roman letters in Venus gives us 119. 119 is 17 times 7. The gematria sum of all Roman uppercase letters on the page is 34. No need to go further. The count of letters in these words, all beginning with the uppercase C, is 58. 58 subtract the gematria value of the uppercase letters, which is 18 in these words, gives us 40. These are very common numbers in the authorship game. This one, not so common. 22 we see infrequently, but frequently enough that we can attribute to it a meaning. Finding one of these could be by chance. Finding 7 numbers is by design. Let's look at page 2. From the header to the end, there are 17 lines. Exactly the same number of lines from the title of Hugh Holland's poem in the first folio to the end of his poem. In page 2 of the epistle, there are 153 words, 17 times 9. The gematria sum of these Roman case letters in the title or the header is 114. The gematria sum of these Roman uppercase letters is 54, the remaining ones that are on the page. 114 plus 54 is 168. There are 15 Roman lowercase letters in these 3 words, Terence, Plautus, and Vale. 168 subtract 15 is 153, which is another multiple of 17. The gematria sum of Roman uppercase letters in the header and also the body of the text is 168. The gematria sum of the italic uppercase letters is 95. 168 subtract 95 is 73. In the Latin alphabet repeating count, 73 is D, 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 or 4D. The gematria sum of these 2 letters for Terence and Plautus is 34. The gematria value of this letter in Vale is 20. Notice how Vale is separated completely from the rest of the text by being on its own line. And it doesn't even say yours truly or yours in all honor or anything like that. It just says Vale. We subtract the number of lowercase letters from that gematria sum to get 17. There are 17 words in brackets on the page. From the top line, much to health. The number of characters from the bracket on the previous page to will is 16. Note that you count the bracket and the turnover word. That means the W is the 17th character, including the bracket. The number of spaces and letters after the last will is 17. Notice that it has a very odd period right next to the upper arm in the T. There are 17 lowercase letters from the W in that last will to the end of Vale. Now we add the number of words in brackets to the gematria sum of Roman letters in the paragraph to get 71, which is the mirror image of 17. We add the number of words in brackets to the gematria sum of Roman uppercase letters plus the number of Roman letters in the paragraph to get 89, a digit sum number. In a final clever puzzle, the sum of the letters in these words, all of the WILL or WILLS, in these words is 17. Once again, we see the same values pop up in number puzzles and counts. We obtained all of these numbers from the epistle. And we haven't yet looked at the words for more clues. But here are the clues to count. These 7 words are clues. They are number puzzles. Notice they are comedies, which is repeated quite a few times. They are examples of polyptoton and perissologia. Perissologia is the excessive use of words, and polyptoton is the repetition of the same word with the same meaning, but in a different way, varying such as case, mood, tense, person, degree, number, and gender. 5 words are plural, comedies, and 2 are singular, comedy. The single forms are spelled differently. On page 1, it's spelled D-I-E at the end. On page 2, it is spelled the way we do now, D-Y. That is another anomaly that will tell readers there's something going on behind the words on the page. There is also this related adjective comical in lowercase letters, which is right above another plural form of the word, comedies. And here are 5 more words that begin with C-O-M-M. Commodities, common, commentary, calming, and comment. Here is some more polyptoton in vainly and vanities, both derived from the word vain. Here's some more polyptoton. Displeased and pleased on this one line are antonyms just by adding the dis prefix to it. And both are based on the word pleasure. Vanities rhymes with gravities, and they're above each other on page 1. These 3 words are examples of consonants, such savored salt. These 3 words are also examples of consonants, such seem see. Obviously, the writer wants us to take note of that and think there's something going on behind the words on the page. These 2 words are also examples of consonants, plays and please. Plays for please. Say that 5 times. Here is more consonants on page 2, stowed directly above the word stuffed. These 2 words are examples of antanaclasis. Alternately, there are homophones. Antanaclasis is the repetition of a word where the word has different meanings each time. Palms of the vulgar means the flat part of the hand, and palm comical means a palm frond which is hung above people in triumphal processions. These are more examples of perissologia, in which prayed appears 3 times on page 2, and it also is an example of antanaclasis, because the second time the word prayed occurs, it means something different. These words show more polyptoton and a very large amount of perissologia. Wit appears 5 times, and then we have heavy-witted, better-wittied, witty, and wits. It is safe to say these numbers allude to the same man we have seen throughout these videos, and that the entire dedication is a clue to the fact that Edward de Vere, the 17th Earl of Oxford, was Shakespeare. Thanks for watching. Stay safe.